There was a point in time, and I remember a conversation with you, and we were talking. You were very surprised at the amount of roofing industry people that started following your content, because the content was being created more for the homeowner, right?
Yes, yeah, and yeah, that's kind of when I kind of got hip to understanding how engagement works, right? And we all have what's called a base engagement, right? And that dictates how your content performs as a whole, right? So the amount of people, and the thing that's crazy about the algorithm now is that it's gotten more simpler for us as creators. There's no longer hacks or using a certain audio or, different little things that you can do that will skyrocket your views, right? And getting you in front of more people. Now it's just you post and either it's good or it sucks. One of the two. And the people engaging with it will let you know that, like the algorithm is so good at dictating whether a post will perform or not. You'll know by the end of the day whether that's a good post or not. And so the funny thing is, back in 2019 is when a lot of the growth came in, right before the pandemic, and then throughout the pandemic. I had a tremendous amount of growth in that time period. One, because I think I was one of the only roofers out there that was actually selling through the pandemic. So I did a lot of content around that and kind of let people know, once again, going back and pouring into the community. A lot of people were reaching out and saying, hey, listen, we're going in through this pandemic. We can't go out and work. How are you navigating that process? At that time, I was doing a lot of virtual phone calls with homeowners, signing them up that way, going out to their house and sitting on the back patio, picking out shingle colors. So I feel like a lot of people reached out for advice back then, and I just poured into those people and were just honest and genuine with them. And that just kind of, I started seeing the contractors come in and follow at that point in time. And my numbers started to jump. And I said, okay, I can sit there and target homeowners, right? Which that's ultimately what I want. I want more jobs out of this. But how do I get to more homeowners? Well, if I have more people engaging with my content organically, then ultimately it'll get me in front of more people, which means that potentially there's some homeowners in there that need new roofs. So it's like, okay, how about I start making content that not only homeowners can get value out of, but also people in the industry can get value out of. And then also, people that are home enthusiasts, right? The HGTV mothers of the world can get value out of. And so that's when I started making content that kind of hopefully gets to all of them in a certain way, Obviously, I want people to do business with me. And I have a lot of people that, Sue Hall's the recent one that I just did, an 84 square roof out in Collierville, where she actually found me on Instagram, and she was having a hard time with State Farm. Saw a video around where I was talking about how I was having an issue with it was a 3-tab shingle that wasn't matching or maintaining a uniform appearance. State Farm ended up saying that it was a charcoal shingle that was on the roof and saying that we had to do a repair attempt with it, but it was a gray shingle that was on the roof. So I was pointing out the hilarious aspect of, like, I'm out here doing a repair attempt with a shingle that they identified as black, but it's actually gray, and I'm doing the repair attempt, and that homeowner still didn't get a new roof after that. And so she was having difficulty with State Farm at that time. And so I ended up getting her a new roof that way. But she found me on Instagram. And so I still get customers that come up from Instagram. But the thought process when it comes into the content is I want to make content that's entertaining, that people want to watch, but also they can learn and get something out of, whether they're a homeowner, a roofing contractor, or a home enthusiast.